everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the 2019 New Year's video and goals vlog. So I do these every single year. Basically, I discuss my goals for the upcoming year as well as what I've accomplished in the previous year. And there was quite a lot that happened towards the end of 2018. And just to put in perspective, you might notice that things look a little different around here. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff to talk about, guys, so why don't we just get right into it, okay? First of all, welcome to 2019. We are here. I originally intended this video to be my first video of 2019, but if you haven't seen it already, the horrendous news, it couldn't have been more just demoralizing to hear this. Alien Isolation, the sequel, was announced. It's called Alien Blackout, and it is exclusively a mobile game. And I'm still heartbroken about that, even though I did that video about a week and a half ago, and I'm just, I'm still just like in tears. Like, I'm seriously crying inside. So yeah, unfortunately that was the video to start off the new year, not this one, but here we are. I still want to get into it, so let's get to it. So if you can't tell from my voice, I am a little bit under the weather. I think it's this massive weather change that we have here in Southern California. It's basically been non-stop raining for the past 3 days, and it's not just a light drizzle either. We're talking like, you know, winds and, you know, huge storms and stuff like that. So it's been pretty bad. And I think this weather has completely just obliterated my sinuses to the point where I have like all this pressure and congestion up here. And it sucks because I probably sound terrible. I feel very, you know, I just don't have the energy really. But I wanted to get this out here. I didn't want to delay this any further, and since I'm basically home alone this week, it even, you know, gives me a lot of opportunities to work on other things for YouTube and whatnot. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. If I sound a little bit nasally or, you know, just you know, it's just because the weather is terrible and it's completely affected how I feel. So here's hoping I get better in a couple of days when it stops pouring rain. I haven't even washed my car in like a month and a half, and the thing's filthy, and now it's just been raining like pretty much every single week. So okay, so 2019, alright, I've talked about this briefly in my previous 10-year anniversary video. I sort of hinted at this and I revealed it, but now I'm actually doing a full video here. I want to talk about 2019, okay? 2019 for me, I thought long and hard about what I wanted to do this year and what I wanted my main focus to be. As you guys know, 2018 was the year of revenue for me, and I set a very high goal. I set a goal for myself to make $80,000 a year annual income, or at least acquire that with a new position, or maybe creating a new business from you know, the internet kind of sort of thing. So I do want to touch on what I've achieved and everything I've done in a little bit, but 2019 for me is the year of health. This is something that I've shortly realized over the course of 2018 and even the year prior to that, just because of the change in my daily routine. You know, it's like I'm no longer I'm getting older. I'm no longer in school. I'm at jobs where I'm sitting at a desk for, you know, 8 hours plus a day, and then I'm coming home and I'm sitting here playing games, working videos for you guys, and, you know, that in itself has just really contributed to all this sort of weight gain. That, combined with the fact that my diet isn't really that great, results in me looking like this, which is basically okay, but, you know, you can definitely tell I'm getting a little bit rounder around the edges, so to speak. And so 2019 is the year of health for me. My goal is to basically build form. And I'm not going for the full, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. My arms are as big as my chest look, right? All I want is tonality. All I want is a good exercise routine that I stick with. I want to eat better and make healthier eating choices all around. I also want to get into the good habit of having things like breakfast. To be honest, I haven't had breakfast as a consistent meal since probably early high school days, if not, earlier than that. So it's completely probably destroyed my metabolism. So I have to get that back going. And also, get out of just the horrible soda drinking habits, which still to this day, I'll have a soda, every other day, if not every day. So it's contributed to a lot of just bad overall habits, and I need to get off of it. And I really wanted this year to be a prime focus for that. All right, so 2019 is the year of health. My goal is to hit 180 pounds total weight, but burn fat and of course work on tonality and get that sort of not ripped look, but someone who's very lean and actually looks overall healthy and has some muscles to boot. So that's the look I'm going for. I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to basically achieving that. I think it's overall a lot easier than last year's goal, although I didn't mean to make it a super huge challenge. This is just what I decided I wanted for myself. And to be honest, I was never a huge fitness person. I never was the type of person who would work and would have abs, and it was like working out was like a hobby for me. It was never like that. I never got into that. So I really want to explore that side of me and really work hard to be able to get that. And what's great is that I basically have all the opportunities right in front of me. Downstairs, we use our garage as a complete full gym set. And there's a bench press in there. There's an elliptical and a treadmill in there. There's a total gym in there. Weights and pretty much everything. So I really want to get into the routine of just working out and eating better overall and just sort of purifying myself so that by the end of the year, or probably before then, I don't have to sort of feel as I do now. It's one thing because I don't think I think I look okay overall. It definitely shows when you look at certain sides of me, but it's all in the way that you feel, and I'm starting to get to that point where I feel just uncomfortably heavy, and I wanted to address that. So this is what 2019 is going to be. So now that we've laid the groundwork for that, I want to talk about 2018 really quick. Okay, 2018 was the year of revenue for me. I set a goal of making $80,000 a year annual income, and that is something that I think at the time a lot of people were scratching their heads saying, wow, you don't even make anywhere near that much now. This is such a substantial goal. It's sort of like, why? And for me, the reason of setting a goal that was sort of a little bit ridiculous was that it was going to push me to work harder to achieve that. For a lot of people, most people they want to get a job, or they're working to get somewhere, but no one really sets a financial goal. And financial goals are hard because you really have to go out of the box to find other ways to get your income. Some people do it through the form of jobs. They have multiple jobs, and some people do it through selling various things online alongside their job and starting up projects and whatnot. And I learned a lot last year about the aspects of creating an online business, and that was really my focus because I really wanted to have a lot of free time. My desired lifestyle is to be able to wake up and not have to be somewhere at a specific time for set amount of hours at a day, and then come home feeling drained and only have the weekends off. I don't want to do that. The lifestyle that I envision for myself is one where I wake up and I can work on something for 2 to 4 hours a day. It's a lot more of an automated process, and then keep sort of working at that and be able to travel and not be tied down to a specific place, and all this feeds sort of my level of income. Some people say it's a pipe dream, that it's not really real, but I see people who are doing it, and people who are happy doing it, and people who have went through a lot to create that aspect of their life. And if someone's doing it right now, if someone's living the life that I want to live for myself, then it's obviously possible. It's just a matter of finding out how to get there. So I learned a lot over myself. I learned a lot about blogging. I learned a lot about affiliate marketing and SEO and all these different type of aspects. And I followed a lot of great YouTubers, who are multimillionaires who take time out of their day to really teach you things. And I've taken notes and I've talked to some of them even, and it's just been a fantastic wake up call for me personally. Because what it's really done for me, even though that when it came down to the end of the year here, I attempted to do things, but I never really got anything off the ground. What really changed in 2018 for me was my mindset. I no longer think about the challenges that lay in front of me for where I want to be or what I want to get. For me personally, it's always like, what do I want? Okay, how do I get there? And this obstacle in front of me that has prevented me from just, reaching across the table and grabbing it is just simply an object that I gotta find another way around. It's not something that can permanently stop me. And I think a good example of this is one time at my job. I had a coworker at my job who was, I was really friendly with, and he was a really nice guy, but one day, I was on lunch and I was eating a sandwich and I was watching videos of the brand new Bugatti Chiron at the time. It's a gorgeous car, 1,500 horsepower. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the car, right? It's also about $1.5 million plus, but it's a beautiful, beautiful car, and I just liked watching videos of it. I found it interesting. So one time my coworker saw me watching videos of this Bugatti Chiron, and he came over to me, and I had one earphone in, and the other ear I didn't have it. I had nothing in. So he says to me, "Dude, stop doing this to yourself. It's never gonna happen," right? And he just sort of laughs it off and walks back to his desk. And, I sort of playfully laugh it off as well. I didn't really say anything back, but it was at that point where I really realized, like, how many times does he say that to himself whenever he wants something and it feels so far away or it feels unattainable? Imagine living your life making up excuses for why you can't have everything that you want. You wouldn't ever get anything that you want. You would just be busy making up excuses of why you can't have it. Each and every one of us is capable of achieving any lifestyle that we want, of getting anything that we desire. But the problem stands where many of us sort of sit down and look at something and we focus too much on what's preventing us from being able to acquire that. One of the good examples I also heard is a story from one of the famous authors and famous public speakers, Simon Sinek. When he was talking to his friend, he wanted a free bagel at this convention. There was this long line, and his friend said to him, listen, it's a long line. No, let's not wait for a bagel. And and Simon basically said that all he could see was the bagel in front of him. All he could see is what he wanted, while his friend could only see what's preventing him from getting what he wanted. And that in itself is a perfect example, because so many of us apply this to almost every aspect in our life. Maybe you want a new video game and you don't have the money for it. Well, listen, there are ways to get it somehow. Sometimes sacrifices have to be made in order to get what you want. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer in order to get what you want. But the point is that you don't focus on what's preventing you from getting it. You just get to work, and if you want it that badly, you will eventually end up having it. I realized that for a lot of things I wanted in my life, a lot of things, whether it be video games, whether it be technology, whatever it may be, a lot of things that I wanted in my life, I got over time. And yeah, sometimes it took a little bit longer than I would have liked. Sometimes it didn't turn out to be as amazing as I would have thought. But the point is that I didn't stop there and give up. I didn't sit there and say, I just can't do it. I looked at what I wanted, and then I carved out a path in order for me to get what I wanted, and I eventually ended up with what I wanted. The same thing happens to life. Some of us are unfortunately brought up in different circumstances. We all don't start off in an ideal place in our life. You can't choose where you start off in life, but you can choose where you end up. And that's basically the moral of what I've learned in 2018. It's grown. I've grown a lot as a person, acquiring this new mindset and thinking this way, and it's also allowed me to progress and reach my goals and really work harder in order to obtain them. I don't think about limitations anymore. I just think about how do I get there, and it's really opened the doors. So for 2018, for me, no, I did not make my $80,000 goal. I did not reach that way, but I did get a new job, and I did get more than halfway there. And as a result of that, I feel very accomplished. And then there is some level of disappointment because I feel like I could have done more in order to actually achieve that goal. But at the end of the day, I'm sitting here and I'm a better person than who I was when I started 2018. And now I'm going into 2019 here with this awesome mindset, very motivated, very eager, and very hungry for passion and success and achievements and whatnot. And I'm really looking forward to making 2019 a great, successful year. And I'm choosing to primarily focus on my health. And I think that's something that's equally as important and equally as challenging, as well. It's even though that my goal, it doesn't seem as far away as making 80 grand a year, to give up habits that you've been accustomed to for years, to change your whole health and your mental state. I mean, that's a lot of work. That isn't something that's just easily said. You have to work hard at that every single day. So bottom line is, super looking forward to 2019. That's what I've accomplished in 2018. No, I did not reach my goal. I got more than halfway there. And really, I started thinking where I am now, and what I realized is that I now make 4 times as much money as I did 2 years ago. I mean, that's quite a big jump, to be honest. A lot of people stay at the same salary throughout their job for 5-6 years until they eventually move up, But in a period of 2 years, I've had multiple jobs and I've increased my income by 4 times. I mean, I gotta give myself at least some credit for being able to achieve that, especially when I'm not even 25 yet. I will be this year, but I think I'm doing pretty damn well, to be honest. And any single time that I sit there and I get frustrated, it's only because I feel like I could do more. I feel like I can go further than where I am now, and that's gonna take me places. I have confidence in myself that I'm gonna get what I want one way or another, and it's going to come a lot sooner than I realize. So that's it. All right, we're done with the goals. We're done talking about the motivational talk and whatnot. I want to talk about things that happened later on in 2018 that have affected, well, me personally, for you guys, kind of actually, to be honest. So at the end of 2018, pretty much the week after Christmas, my parents had to move, and unfortunately, it was the parents that I'm currently living with right now. So, I actually moved houses the week after Christmas. We spent the entire week moving everything over. And what's actually nice is, even though my bedroom is smaller here, what's cool about it is that it's an actual house versus a townhouse. Well, our house was big, right? It wasn't really considered a house. It was a townhouse because we shared a wall with someone. But it was pretty spacious, and my bedroom was a very good size. So this bedroom is a lot smaller, but I figured out how to fit everything in here, which is great. And also, I'm going to be doing a full room tour for you guys, as I know some people have been waiting to hear that. That's actually going to be a separate video, and I'm looking forward to recording that for you guys. So you can see all the new tech and stuff that I have acquired, and some cool stuff, and just see my digs. I haven't really done a room tour in quite some time. I think the last time was 5-6 years ago, to be honest, so it's been a very long time. So definitely outdated for another room tour, but what's good is that I want to do one very soon. You guys will see that. I now have everything pretty much that I wanted in order to set this room up, so it's great. So not only did I move at the end of 2018 houses, I actually moved as well in terms of offices and workspace. So you guys know that I got a brand new job in July of 2017, and that's why I moved from, basically living in the Los Angeles area all the way over to Orange County, which was about 90 miles away. And I left my friends and my family, and Jacob, and I left everyone there that I knew. It was a big challenge for me personally, and I was never really the type of person who liked change. I was always sort of like, I basically stayed on a steady path, because it felt comfortable to me, and I never really took risk, and I never really came out of my shell and whatnot. So that's always been the type of person that I am, very closed off, very much routine based. Everything I have is on a schedule. I go to bed at the same time every night. I take a shower at the same time every night. I wake up at the same time every day. So, and that's what I just, have comfort in. So it was a big challenge for me moving, but I moved over because it was a better job opportunity. It was going to advance me in my life. And so I made that sacrifice to leave basically my lifestyle and everyone that I knew over there, and to be, further away. And to be honest, although it was difficult, it was not something that I look back on and regret. It's been probably one of the best decisions of my life. So, you guys know that I said in my previous video that I liked the job. There was a few caveats though. One of the major issues with my last job was the leadership. And unfortunately, it got very toxic to the point where I would go to work, I would not feel motivated to do anything. And I would also come home feeling drained and feeling, sort of abused by, the terrible leadership and just ethics of the workplace. And it was a very toxic place. None of the leaders there really had anything like perspective. They never really had empathy, and they all came from backgrounds of, oh, you work hard. If you don't like it, then fuck off. And, I appreciate that mentality to some degree, but when you're trying to lead a team of people, when you're trying to get people to care about what you do and to put in their heart and soul into everything, you have to have empathy, and you have to have perspective. You cannot lead without those. And unfortunately, it just became very toxic to the point where I was just, I got very emotional about it, and I was not happy where I was. Even though I enjoyed the work aspect of it, I was not happy. I could do everything right, right? But if I do one thing wrong, it was like you're scolded, and you're chastised, and just it's just like the end of the world. And it was just a terrible environment for me personally, and one where I think I grew a lot in terms of me being a better worker. That's one thing I can say about that job, is that I couldn't have done my new job now as well if I didn't first go through that. Because I went through that, what it did is it enabled me to learn more about how to deal with things, and how to deal with problems, and fast action and fast results and everything like that. And it really helped me a lot in my new job, to the point where I'm doing very well, and I have the support of my coworkers and everything like that, and it's fantastic. So I didn't like my job at all, and I've been looking for a way out, and I had this way out planned for a couple months, and fortunately, everything just fell into place perfectly around the end of October, to the point where I left my job and I got hired at my new job. So at the end of October, which was great, I did start my new job, and even though it's within the same realm of the industry, I would say, it's not directly the same as what I used to do. What's great about it is that it's so creative. My new job is all about basically customizable products. So whenever you go to a website, right, and you see the option to customize a shirt, and you can put like your family's name on it and whatnot, my company basically licenses software to the websites, and basically they put it on there, and they create a great presentation, more or less, so people can do mass customization products on demand. It's very awesome. I love the job, and what I love about the job is that the work is creative, but also the people are just fantastic. So this is actually pretty interesting. It's a global company, and they're just starting to basically build their offices here in the US. And I have come in at a unique time because it's basically me and one other employee there, and my boss, who basically lives in England but visits every couple of months, right? And he, incidentally, he's actually here now for the week, but I'll touch upon that a little bit later. I want to share with you guys what I've been doing. So what's awesome about this is I have a great relationship with my coworker. It's just me and this one other guy. He's older as well, and we work really well. We help each other out as well. But everyone's so supportive. Everyone's so kind, and it's just a great camaraderie of people. Really helping each other out. This is the power of good leadership in your company. Because if we didn't have this, right, imagine trying to run a global business where everyone just hates each other's guts and everyone's just trying to basically not help anyone. It would just completely fall apart. So it's really awesome that the leadership here is just fantastic. When you have something to say, it's not like, oh, shut up, we don't value your opinion. It's like, all right, tell me what you think. And it's just great. So, what I wanted to say as well, in addition to that, is I've come in at a unique time. So they're just starting the company here in the US. They're just building this branch. And so I'm able to see in real time what it's taking for a corporate company, the processes, what they're going through, the communication, the business aspect of things. I'm seeing this all in real time, them basically building a division of a company from scratch in an entirely new country with an entirely new market. This knowledge is invaluable to me because it's like, where else would I get the opportunity to see this? Most of us, it's like, oh, you get hired at a job, you do the job, right? And you're just a cog on the wheel. But I actually play an integral role in the development of this company, coming from a completely different country and starting basically from scratch here. That in itself is super exciting, and I couldn't be happier. So it's great to basically be in that position. I love the job. It's creative. I consider myself an enthusiast in terms of media arts and whatnot, and this is somewhat related. So it's great. I can use my Photoshop skills. I can talk about things. And what's also awesome is that I'm actually I'm going to be spearheaded into really getting the company involved in terms of the gaming industry as well, as they really want to penetrate that market. They see a lot of potential, and because of my knowledge and because of this YouTube channel, I become an asset, really. It's definitely something that I can't wait that we start. I can't wait to actually start, working on this, because I'm gonna be able to say, I'm gonna be able to at least influence, where we go and who we tackle and the best opportunities for the company. And so there's a lot of responsibility riding on me for this. But I'm excited, I don't sit there, I'm not stressed about it because I know that my coworker, my boss even has my back. And, it's just great to be able to not come to an office and be stuck there for 8 to 10 hours a day. Even though I do work sometimes 10 plus hours a day, I am on salary. That being said, even though I do work sometimes really long hours, it's not like I just sit there in my chair typing away for that amount of time. Sometimes we go places. For a good example is this weekend, actually tomorrow, really, we're leaving, we're going to be attending a convention. And I'm going to be staying at a hotel, and I would have never had these travel opportunities like I do right now at my old job. And so, I'm sitting here, and I'm so blessed to have all these great opportunities to be able to be on this path. And I go to work now. I got that feeling back. I got that exciting, exhilarating, motivational feeling back, where it's like I absolutely, go to work with a positive attitude. It doesn't matter if I have to stay later that day. It doesn't matter what sort of challenges come up that day. I know I'm going to have a good time doing it. I know I'm going to leave my job now feeling accomplished and everything like that. So I'm very thankful for just being able to do that. I'm so glad that it happened last year as well, because it was getting to the point where, again, my last job was very toxic, and I was beginning to get like that tense feeling like I can't stand this anymore. So yeah, I'm so thankful. So yeah, I'll share more details with you. As time permits. It's still very early in development what we're doing, but maybe there will be a point at one time where I can actually show you guys, hey, this is everything that we do, and that would be pretty freaking cool. So that's what I've been up to these past couple of weeks, and yeah, I want to talk about just briefly about the gaming stuff, since this is a gaming channel, right? So. Yeah, here's what I've been doing. I've been playing God of War, by the way, on the PS4 Pro, and my God, I'm not done with the game yet. In fact, probably the weekend after next, when I beat the game, because I'm very close to the end, right? I'll probably beat the game the weekend after next, but I do want to say this, and I'm pretty. I want to see the end of the game because I really don't know yet, but I am actually considering this game my favorite game this generation. And that's coming from a guy who hated the previous God of War games. I thought that they were boring, uninteresting, uninspiring. I did not like the previous God of War games at all. So to be able to jump into this reboot, the combat is like, I haven't played a game like this satisfying in a very long time, right? The graphics are just like I thought like Uncharted 4 looked good. This game's like just on something else, it looks like damn near photoreal at times. It's an art design driven game, but my God, I just these visuals. And what's also nice is I'm playing on Jacob's brand new Q6FN. He just bought the Samsung Q6FM, a 65 inch version, by the way. And HDR in that game, now being able to see the game in proper HDR with a wide color gamut and very high peak brightnesses, being able to see this game in full glory of HDR with the graphics on display is just like, it's the most beautiful thing that one of the most beautiful things I've ever laid my eyes on. My God, I cannot say enough praise about God of War. So I'm still playing it. I probably am 40 plus hours into the game. I've done all the challenge realms so far, and I've beaten 7 out of the 8 Valkyries, so I still got one more. But being like, very close to the end, not even having beaten the game yet, I can already tell you that it's either going to be my favorite game this generation, or depending on what happens in the end, I need to play it still, it's going to be my second favorite game this generation. It's battling right now with Witcher 3. I just don't know which one, but again, anyone who hasn't played, I know I'm super late, by the way, the game came out months ago, but you guys know my backlog's just like a laundry list, right? So it's a very long list of games I'm playing, but I started God of War because I've been holding it off for far too long. I've wanted to play it, and also because God of War won Game of the Year at the Game Awards, and I actually got the opportunity to sit right next to one of the God of War developers. So it was great just to speak with him and just to hear everything that he has to say, and to see his face light up when they won the Game of the Year award at the Game Awards. It was just, that was a great experience. But I told him, I was like, I'm playing your game. I'm gonna start your game this weekend. So I did, and just incredible. I again, I cannot just say enough about that game. It's been amazing. Also, along the same lines, here on my PC, as you guys know, I basically play 2 games at a time, one on my consoles and then the other one on my PC. I'm just about to start Hitman 2. Just yesterday, I beat my replay of Hitman 1 via the Hitman 2 remastered maps, even though I heard that the remastered version, I looked at some comparisons, some parts look worse than the original game. Don't really know why that is. But I just finished my replay of all the Hitman 1 levels, and love it. Still a great game. I love the Hitman reboot, so I'll be starting Hitman 2 probably next weekend, Well, not next weekend, but next week, because I'll be at a convention. I'll be working this weekend. So, yeah, I cannot wait to start Hitman 2, get into that game. And then after that, pretty much, it's going to be Battlefield 5, which I did get the game, and I have been playing the game's multiplayer, and I'm actually happy to report that they fixed the game mostly. There's still some issues here and there, but the game isn't as ridiculous as that reveal trailer made it seem. But I just played the multiplayer. I do want to get into the campaign after Hitman 2. So yeah, other than that, that's basically what I've been playing. I've been, chucking away at my game collection. You guys know I did my PlayStation 3 game collection video. That's up. But I also want to finish out my Xbox 360 games. I still have about 60 or so Xbox 360 games I need to buy. And that's a lot of freaking games. So I'm going to be going to Game Dude very soon. I'm going to be picking up a bunch of games. I will share what I got with you guys in probably a Twitter video. But yeah, so look forward to that. One thing I also want to note is that in addition to me moving and stuff, I know I'm kind of going back here on topics, but I just remembered, I got faster internet as well. So now I'm getting speeds of, wait for it, 343 megabits per second download and 32 megabits per second upload, which is the fastest internet I have ever had at any of the houses. So I'm very happy with the download speeds are really quick, and the upload speeds. I did a test stream yesterday, and 1080p 60 went fine. I tried to do 1440p, but my software was having issues, streaming it at that resolution. So I think I may have to use either NVIDIA's GeForce Now, which crashes and has issues, unfortunately, or just work out the kinks in OBS. But one of those will do. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. I know that, the channel's been lackluster for the past couple years now, at least to my standards. I'm coming at this from, hey, when I started college, I had no responsibilities of paying bills, and I was making money, and I was just spending my money on video games, and every single day that a game came out, I would buy it, I would buy the collector's edition, I would unbox it, I would do first 30 minutes, and I'm coming at this from that sort of angle, and what I realize is that it's not feasible as an adult. I can't do that anymore. It's funny because even though I pretty much never buy games on release. In fact, the only game I have pre-ordered next year, or this year rather, for 2019, the only game I have pre-ordered is Metro Exodus, just because that is so far my most anticipated game of 2019. Cyberpunk is not coming out this year. I don't care what any of you say. And The Last of Us Part 2, I do not believe is coming out this year. So that basically leads me to Metro Exodus, which I've been wanting a new Metro game for a very long time. That leads me to basically have that as my most anticipated game. So I cannot wait for that. But, we got great games coming up. I mean, we got Resident Evil 2, the remake, which I'm looking forward to. We got freaking Devil May Cry 5, which I played the demo for and really, really liked. We have what's that other one called? Oh, Rage 2. Super looking forward to that. So I'm actually very excited this year. It seems like this year, even though there's supposed to be like a ton of games in February, I don't know why they're packing all these games together in February, like literally stuffing them in cages. I don't know why they're doing that, but even though we have a lot of games coming out, it seems like a return to form for like classic franchises. Metro being back and Rage being back, it's really awesome. And then Doom, we should get Doom Eternal this year as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be great. I will keep you guys posted on Twitter. Twitter is the best way to keep in touch with me, guys. I'm pretty much on there every day, and then I give you guys updates as soon as I get them. So do follow me on Twitter. But if not, I'll keep you guys posted with more videos to come. Basically, just look forward to the room tour, which will probably be next week. I'll find out a time to record this, but as you can tell, like my voice is a bit nasally, and I need the rest. It kind of sucks that I feel this way because I have that convention coming up for work, but damn, it is what it is. Looking forward to tackling it on though, and I will let you guys know what happens in the future. Okay, so have a great day. Let me know what you guys have for goals for 2019. Do you guys do this whole goals stuff? I don't like New Year's resolutions because New Year's resolutions to me require immediate action. And what happens is people take immediate action, and then after about a month, 2 months even, they just quit. And it's like, oh, I'll jump on that soon, I'll jump on that soon, I'll jump on that soon. That's the thing about progress. You have to keep at it. Make it a habit. It only takes 60 days, they say, in order to make something a habit, so keep on it, all right? Set goals, set long-term goals that you don't have to do right away, but that you can, continuously work towards throughout the whole year, and I promise you, you will get there wherever it is eventually, all right? Have some faith. You guys have an awesome day, and I will look forward to seeing you all in the room tour video coming up soon, all right? Bye.